Saturday Social is powered by EA Sports FIFA 23 with PlayStation.
Right, it is time now for Trends of the Week. You must all know the rules by now. The guests get a minute to debate 5 of the biggest football trends on social media this week. Lots to talk about this week, isn't there? What's first up, mate?
Yeah, trend number 1 is all about Arsenal, because, of course, they beat Liverpool 3-2 last week at the Emirates to secure their position at the top of the Premier League table. And this is what Roy Keane had to say about them on M&F.
With Arsenal top of the league after 9 games, about them, if not winning it, being City's main challengers this season.
Yeah, at the moment, yeah, without a doubt. They're playing with confidence. Even the game they lost against United recently, they played quite well in the game. It's one of those days where United obviously beat them on the counter-attack. They're playing with confidence. They've got a bit of physicality now in the team. Even the 2 centre-halves, I know they've got a mistake in them, but there's that physical presence. They've got good experience in midfield. They've got young players full of energy, full of talent. They're scoring goals. You mentioned the atmosphere at the ground. It's electric. They've got that momentum. So at this moment in time, they're obviously the biggest threat to Man City.
Ooh. Looking good, isn't he, Roy?
It is actually.
Looking
good.
good.
A bit of Simeone vibe there. But the question we are going to ask our guests anyway is Arsenal related. Is will Arsenal win the league this season? There's 60 seconds on the clock. Paul, I'm coming to you first. Let's go.
Oh, no. There you go, Sam. No. I'm not because, no disrespect to Arsenal. I think they're doing a really good job. And I agree with the point made there. It looks like they're the next team to rise up out of the pack. Liverpool have kind of dropped off a little bit. Hopefully they'll be able, for me, hopefully they'll be able to get back up there. But right now, someone always rises to be that challenger for the main challenger, i.e. City. And it looks like right now Arsenal are the ones. Look like they're having a great time, which I'm kind of envious of. I miss all the whinging Arsenal content, if I'm being perfectly
So do I. So do I.
A lot of people do.
Dave, thoughts?
No, I don't think they'll win the league. I think they're a fantastic football team. Second best expected goals in the league, second best expected goals against, second best pressing success rate, but a lot of seconds there. I think they've bought a brilliant striker in Gabriel Jesus in terms of dribbles leading to shots. The top of the Premier League, Granit Xhaka has come back stronger. Only Martinelli and Kevin De Bruyne have got more shot creating actions, but City have Erling Braut Haaland, 15 goals in 8 games, 3 assists. There's nothing, you can't argue with that, a goal every 87 minutes. It's over.
So many stats in that 30
so many
seconds.
stats, and the timing is unbelievable. Statman Dave, absolutely brilliant. Trend number 2 is all about Cristiano Ronaldo. Have a look at this, by the way. He scored his 700th club... Yeah, you heard that right. 700 club goal on the weekend with his goal against Everton. And we can have a look at the breakdown, because this is staggering. 5 for Sporting Lisbon, 118 for United in his first spell. Look at that. 450 goals in 438 appearances for Real Madrid, 101 for Juventus and 26 for Man United, 700 in 944. Now, to put that into perspective as just to how good that is, we can see this tweet from one of Dave's mates, actually, Sam Homewood. Look at this, who just says, if Ronaldo never scores again and Haaland also plays until he's 38 years of age, he will need to score 43 goals a season for the next 16 years just to level Ronaldo's record, which is absolutely incredible.
43.
So trend number 2, quite simply, is who is the greatest player of all time? I say quite simply. It might be a bit of a tricky one. So 60 seconds on the clock. Paul, who are you saying?
Ooh, Divock Origi.
Easy one.
Yeah, easy peasy. No, Lionel Messi. I mean, for me, it's like Pele, Maradona, Messi in terms of not who was better, but in terms of that generational best player on the planet kind of thing. I think he's just above Ronaldo. I know all the stats, kind of goals and all that kind of stuff, kind of keep them on a similar pegging, but Messi's just something else. Just absolutely a different breed of human, different species almost. He's just phenomenal, an actual pleasure to watch him play football.
Looking at the way Lionel Messi plays, there's things that he does that other players can't do. Dave, from a stats perspective,
it's going to be, from a stats
go?
perspective, Messi. 691 goals in club football, 290 assists. You can't really argue with that. A goal or assist every 69 minutes is disgusting. When you compare them both, Messi has got a better goals per game, assists, free kicks scored. The overall play, dribbles, chances created, Messi is at the top. 7 Ballon d'Ors to 5 Ballon d'Ors. You can't argue.
So even when looking at it from a non-stats perspective and a stats perspective, they're both still going Messi.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Let's move on, though, to trend number 3, because it involves former Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel. After news broke this week, here's Matt Law reporting it, that Thomas Tuchel would be interested in succeeding Gareth Southgate as England manager were Southgate to leave his job after the World Cup. Now, we all know that Thomas Tuchel's record in knockout competitions is amazing. It is sensational. So the question we're going to ask our guests is, would Thomas Tuchel be a success as England manager? Dave, I'll come to you on this one first.
Absolutely, yes. His work with Mason Mount, absolutely fantastic, directly involved in a load of goals, plus 10 assists, plus 10 goals in the league season. Only 3 players did that last season. That worked fantastic. Reece James as well. Think about his production, 5 goals, 9 assists last season, bettered by only some of the best players in the league, but also tactically would work quite well. We could see a team that features both Reece James and Trent Alexander-Arnold in the same 11. As you mentioned, Champions League knockouts as well, World Cup, Euros, not many games, but you've got to play the right style. So for me, absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I think he got to every cup final other than one as Chelsea boss.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I think he'd be a decent fit on paper, but we've been here before with England managers. You know, ultimately, if he clearly likes an acrimonious split, and by that means, you know, perfect. Be an England manager if you want to end under a cloud. You know what I mean? That's the perfect way for him to go, I think. I don't know. It's that. Do they need a bit of a palate cleanser after Gareth Southgate? You know, if forever is there going to be an Englishman who comes in and takes that job? Do we want to go back to that cycle again? He's a good manager. He'll be fine.
OK, next trend now. This is a big story this week. It involves Kylian Mbappe. Huge story in the world of football. And Fabrizio Romano, very well respected, as we all know, tweeted this to give us a little bit of an update of the situation. So he said, Kylian Mbappe not happy with Paris Saint-Germain as current situation is really tense. He wants to leave the club as soon as possible. PSG feel he's really putting pressure on the club, but they have no intention to sell Mbappe in January. So something tells me this story is going to rumble on and on. So our next trend is quite simply, where will Kylian Mbappe go next? 60 seconds on the clock. Dave, what do you think?
Real Madrid. Simple, effective, will become a winner. PSG have consistently underperformed in the Champions League, the Man United games, the Barcelona games. Mbappe needs to win, and also he doesn't want to be part of the pivot gang anymore. Got Karim Benzema to play through the middle, who he can play off. They've got a great relationship at France. You look at the Champions League numbers for Mbappe, 56 games played, 36 goals, 23 assists. The youngest player to reach 35 goals, which is going to get broken by Haaland, but he's still got the record at the moment. Be perfect. Vinicius, Benzema, Mbappe. What a front three.
Oh, that is a great front three, isn't it?
Not bad.
Paul, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, that's where he's going to end up. It's whether he needs to have that sort of break club in between, because Liverpool. PSG aren't. Well, no, but this is the point, and they're not happy with. They don't want him to go to Real Madrid. I think that's been the talk, is he'll go, but he won't be going to Real Madrid. So whether he goes and does 18 months or a year or so somewhere else for a bit. Well, look, Haaland's only going to be in the Premier League till the end of next season, isn't he? When his release clause comes, maybe Mbappe comes to Liverpool for a year on the cheap. You know what I mean? And then heads to his dream club of Real Madrid. Yeah.
I mean, this is full side talking. This is full side talking. Let's move on to trend number 5 then, because it's more news surrounding England. It's actually not good news this time. This is Sammy Mockball here saying that there is growing fears that Reece James will miss the World Cup. Damage to knee more serious than first feared. Of course, he injured his knee against AC Milan. So
gutted with him if he misses the World Cup.
Doesn't have to have surgery, but if he does, he's probably going to miss it, and that is a huge blow for England. So the question we're going to ask our guests is, who should replace Reece James at the World Cup should he miss out? Paul.
Everyone's going to expect an answer from me, and I'm not going to go down that path. I think it should. Yeah, well, it might as well be. Look, it might as well be Kieran Trippier, because Gareth Southgate has made his bed and he needs to lie in it now. And I want Trent Alexander-Arnold to go and lie in his bed throughout December, chill, put his feet up, relax, come back reinvigorated, refreshed, watch the car crash that will be England at the World Cup, and have a big smile on his face when he returns to club action in January. I'm absolutely fine.
So you're going Trippier?
Yeah.
We've got to be Trent Alexander-Arnold. He should be number one anyway, really. You know, look at his assists over his career in the Premier League, 9 per season on average. He's 8 away from Leighton Baines, who's the top assisting defender. It's time to have him in the England team. I think what he'll give England in an aggressive, attacking position will be huge. England struggled with possession over the last sort of 18 months and creating things. But also you could play a back three, which would get rid of the deficiencies in Trent's game. Also get Ben White as that right-sided centre-back. We've seen how good he's played for Arsenal at right-back. Get him into the system, Trent a little bit ahead. I think you've got the perfect solution.
I've got to say, gutted if Reece James doesn't make the list. But what options? The names you have there. Yeah, I know, Great options there. Trippier been brilliant. Trent, Ben White, great options that England do have, hopefully, but hopefully Reece makes it.